up 1.22% in the last trading session. Is the NIO stock a buy at $15.77? And where will the stock head this week? We'll answer just that in this video, so sit tight as we go through recent news, as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, NIO's Q3 delivery numbers are finally here, and according to the statement, 10,878 cars were delivered in September, with total deliveries standing at 31,607 vehicles. This was a record quarter for NIO as it delivered the highest number of vehicles on a quarterly basis till date. Apart from this, President and co-founder Quinn Lee Hong has said that the company will hopefully build over 1,000 battery swapping stations in Europe and other Western nations by 2025. With its new facility 12 miles away from Budapest, they aim to create battery swapping stations in Europe itself to cut down on shipping costs. The response received in Norway so far has made them confident that NIO will perform well in the European markets. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for NIO, and first we'll analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and on top we'll get into the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can clearly see that, we have turned into somewhat of a bearish trend. As you guys can see, we did make a lower low over here. After this, this was a low, lower low, lower low, and again, we've already made a lower low over here. And of course, as I already told you guys in my previous analysis videos, that Monday would probably be bearish. And as you guys can see, apart from these stocks, right, Tesla and NIO and stuff, the stocks that we analyzed previously are already bearish and falling. Now, even though, NIO got great delivery numbers, I believe that, the stock is just not ready for a boom right now. So when will that boom happen? Well, in my opinion, once we break this bearish trend, that would be the first scenario, right? So that would be the first factor that it needs to check. So for that, we'll probably need to make a higher low from over here, and then another higher low, maybe break this level over here, right? So let me mark this level as well, somewhere around $18.5. Once we break the $18.5 level, that is when a reversal could happen, and that's when we might go up higher. But I don't believe that the stock is ready right now to go higher. I believe that we might just go down all the way over here to this bottom that we made around $12, right? So my current outlook for the stock remains bearish, and even with that, we can clearly see that, right, we already made somewhat of a higher high over here, but ever since then we got stuck over here at $18.55, right? So I do not necessarily believe that the stock is right now ready for a bull run. If we look here, we can clearly see that we got a lot of red candles, right, ever since we hit this range over here at $22.75. We've fallen by about, let me get the measuring tool real quick, we've fallen by about 32%, or rather just 30% in less than a single month, right? So that's a pretty huge fall. And even with the entire market situation going on, we already know that, the markets are performing poorly, but still, this is just unexpected, right? So in my opinion, once we break this level over here at $14, then we'll of course head to this 13 point or $12.99 level, $13 level, and after that, of course, $11.77, $11.75, and then we might see a reversal, but I don't believe that we'll probably reverse before breaking the $14 level. Of course, we have the earnings report at 8th November, so we might as well just keep falling, until that date. And after that, the stock might perform better if the earnings report comes out positive. The delivery numbers, right, we already know that they were a record month, right? They were a surprise pretty much. But in general, I do not believe that NIO is currently getting the sales that, a company of this size needs. So in my opinion, the NIO stock still remains a bit overvalued for its current value. So in my opinion, the stock on the 1-day chart is definitely not a buy for the time being. It might be a buy in the long term, right? But for now, I don't believe that the stock is a buy. So with that being said, let's analyze the 1-hour charts. As you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-hour chart. And as you guys can see, we got supported over here. We made somewhat of a double bottom at $15.4. And at the same time, we did make somewhat of a double top over here around $16.10 as well. After that, of course, we fell. And if we look at the current market position, or if we look at the current market scenario, we can see that, well, it's not looking good, right? We're still falling. We've already made 2 bearish candles, and now we're making somewhat of a pin bar candle where we can see that the stock did go up right? The buyers tried their best, but the bears took over, and we've already fallen down by about 1.5% in the single candle. So we might get supported over here around 15.39 or rather $15.4 level. But after that, the support stands around 15.2. And of course, $15 would be a psychological support as well, a pretty strong one. If we talk about the resistance levels, of course, the first resistance would probably be somewhere around here, around 15.9, then 16.09, and after that, somewhere around, let's see, probably somewhere around 16.65, 16.5. And after that, of course, those are better ranges, those are bigger ranges. So we'll talk about them later. But in my opinion, this could be a good short trade if you wait for the stock to come over here after reversing. After here, $15.8 range. Here you could short the stock with a $15.4 target and $16 stop loss. That could work out pretty well, but again, it's just my opinion. So with that being said, let's head into the 5-minute chart. Now this is where the real fun begins. If we look closely at the 5-minute chart for 30th September, we can see that we made another double top over here at $15.85. This was pretty much an engulfing candle, but it was well reversed, I guess, right? So that's why the bearish or rather bullish momentum. And after that, of course, we hit the stop over here around $16.15. Let me mark it. Wait, why am I not able to mark it? $16.15. After that, we can see that we got resisted pretty strongly over here around $16.07, and we got strong support around this range at $15.93, right? So these are pretty important levels in my opinion. After that, we can clearly see that a sell-off began over here around 1 p.m. And after that, of course, during the market crash hours, or rather the market ending hours, I'm sorry for that, those hours are usually volatile. So with that being said, we can see that, the October market, or rather just 3rd of October started up, or rather in a gap down. And after that, of course, we got recovery. We got resisted over here around $15.85. After that, we did break that to get resisted by over here, this level $15.9. And after that, of course, we've fallen down again. We already made somewhat of a double bottom over here, right? So $15.6 seems like a good support, but now it's a resistance level for us, right? So let's see how the stock performs. If, in my opinion, the stock breaks the 15.6, then the scenario might be different, but it probably won't happen. I believe that the stock will come over here up to 15.6, then go over here to this range, this double bottom over here, 15.45, maybe hover around, break this again, get over here around 15.3. It would probably end the day off around $15.3 in my opinion. Now, as you guys can see, this green candle that we just saw has turned into a red candle. It's now a bearish candle. We can clearly see that we're getting somewhat of another pin bar candle. Now, if this turns out to be a pin bar candle on the red side, we might see what I exactly told you guys, right? The $15.3 levels by the end of this day. So my price target for NIO remains around, I'd say, $20 in 1 year. So that's if the stock goes down all the way to around the $14 range, and after that $13.5 range is probably where I'll start acquiring if it hits that. If it does not, maybe I'll try to DCA, but in my opinion the stock is not just stable at the $15.5 range with the current market conditions and the current company fundamentals. With that being said, however, remember that this is not financial advice, that's just my own opinion and I could be wrong, so make sure that you do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.